Welcome to Cory's Stories. Are you ready to meditate with Cory? Hi friends, make sure that you subscribe and you like this video, and also press the bell because the bell will let you know when a new video comes out. If you love Heidi, Cherry and Vaya, make sure that you go to the link below and you join the Patreon group. Then you'll be part of the Cat Club and you'll get 3 exclusive stories every month for just $7 a month. I hope you enjoy the meditation. I love you. Bye. Are you ready to meditate with Cory? Are you ready to be super still and quiet in your bed? To relax your body and let go of your busy day? Heidi, Cherry and Vaya had gone swimming to Alina's swimming pool. They were having a really good time, but then, all of a sudden, Heidi and Cherry jumped into the pool at the same time, went under the water, banged heads, came back up, told everyone that they were just fine, but things were not fine. Heidi, Cherry and Vaya were laid on the sunbeds. Vaya noticed straight away that something was wrong. Heidi started to talk about how many friends she had. That was the first thing that Vaya noticed that was very weird. She was laid on the bed, saying, "Oh, I have so many friends. I'm so awesome at everything. Because I'm so awesome at everything, I have so many friends, and I know how to do this, and I know how to do that, and when I grow up, I'm going to be a surfer, and I'm going to be a skydiver. I'm probably going to be a brain surgeon because I'm so awesome, and I'm so special, and I have so many friends." Vaya was sat there thinking, this doesn't sound quite right. And then she asked Cherry a question. "Cherry, do you know the square root of that thingamajiggy that is a square root?" And Cherry said, "OMG, Vaya, of course I do. I know the square root. It's blah, 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 blah. And yeah, I was reading this book, right, yesterday. At the moment I'm reading like 5 books. I just love my books. And I was reading this one book, right, and it had all this information in it about the star system and the sacred geometry of this particular star fluctuation in the sky, and I was like, oh wow, this is so awesome, so interesting. I really love my books. In fact, I'd rather be home right now than playing in this pool. I'd rather be home right now, right? I'd rather be home, and I'd rather be reading my books, and I'd rather be in my room just relaxing on my beanbag, reading my books, learning about all this wonderful stuff, because I just can't be bothered with all these other kids and cats and dogs and ferrets and guinea pigs and rabbits. I mean, I'm okay having friends, but I really don't like a lot of friends. I like to just be social sometimes when I feel like it. I really don't want to be like social all the time. I'd rather be at home, reading my books, just minding my own business, just being a nice cat, doing nice things for people, definitely just relaxing with a book." That was when Vaya knew she was in serious trouble. She figured that somehow, when the cats jumped into the pool and they banged their heads, somehow Cherry had come up as if she was Heidi, and Heidi had come up out of the pool as if she was Cherry. They looked like their normal selves. They sounded like their normal selves. But the way that they were talking was as if they'd switched personalities or something. It was so bizarre. Vaya knew that something was seriously wrong, but she thought maybe it was just her that wasn't hearing them right. Maybe she needed to ask more questions. She asked Cherry if Cherry wanted to go to the party later that everyone was going to. Cherry turned around and said, yeah, no, not really. I don't really like parties that much anymore. I've decided I prefer to go to the library. I like a nice cup of tea, right? A nice English tea. Something like, maybe a bergamot or an Earl Grey. Yeah, something like that. I'd like that. I'd like to go and have a cup of tea at the library, and I take it in a flask. I've noticed, right, that if you use a flask, because flasks, right, they're so important if you want to keep things warm or cold. Did you know that the first flask was invented in 1908? And they used to use them right before the First War. They used to use flasks, and they used to take them down the pits. And they used to take them into like the forges, and the men used to take the soups and the stews in them, and it was so interesting, right? But you can use like flasks. Vaya was listening to Cherry, talking as if she'd read 10 million books, just like Heidi does. It was scary. And she had her evidence. She was 100% sure that something was very, very wrong because Cherry didn't want to go to the party. Cherry didn't want to go to the party. She decided she was going to ask Heidi if Heidi wanted to go to the party. She knows that Heidi would normally say, "Oh, not really. I'd rather go home and just relax with a book." This was the test. "Heidi, I was thinking about going to the party later. Do you want to go to the party?" Heidi said, oh, of course. Yeah, I'm always up for a party. I really like parties because I'm so popular, right? And because everyone really likes me. And I think parties are like one of those places where you go, where at first, even if you're a bit uncomfortable, after a while, after everyone's decided that they remembered how much they like me and how much they want to be like me and how much they want to be friends with me, after a while, I'm never alone, and I'm always surrounded by lots of funny people, and we have so much fun, and I'm always cracking jokes, and I'm posting it on my Instaflip. Not my Instaflip, what is it? My gram, the gram. I'm posting it on the gram, and then I do my TikTokies, and I'm like, oh my gosh, I just don't believe how I am not famous yet. And that's what I think to myself every time. I'm like, how can I not be famous? Because I'm so cute. I'm so smart. I'm so funny. I'm so popular. I'm so confident. I'm just like everything that you need to be like famous. And I'm thinking to myself, why am I not famous? Cherry said to Heidi, you know what, right? I think it's just because you value the wrong things in life. You value, right, being popular, and you value being like cute, and you value being like super famous, and all those things, they're okay and all, right? But, they're not really that deep, are they? I mean, Heidi, if you think about it, you sound really shallow. You sound like, that you don't have that much personality, really. Just that you're like, you're not very smart. You sound like all you care about is silly things in life, like being famous and being popular. And I'm like, yeah, I'd rather have a good book. I'd rather read a good book and just relax with friends and loved ones that I know love me. And I don't want to be around a bunch of people that just want to be famous. I just want to, relax with people that I love. Vaya, so distraught. I mean, she loved her sisters so much. And she loved everything about them. And they were so different. And it would be weird to have Heidi think that she's super popular and super confident and super famous and super, super, super everything. And it would be even weirder to have Cherry be all like chilled and, more of a bookworm than a party animal. She didn't know what to do. And then she had an idea. Maybe if she could get them back in the pool, maybe she could somehow bang their heads together and reverse what had happened. Maybe if she could just get them both back in the pool. She said to herself, "That's it. That's what I need to do." And then she said out loud, "Cherry, do you want to go swim with me?" Cherry said, OMG, Vaya, no, I just want to finish my book." She looked at Heidi and said, "Heidi, I really want to go swim. Will you swim with me?" Heidi said, OMG, Vaya, I think not right now, no, because right now I'm just making this video for my TikToky, and Sally's here, and Alina's here, and Tommy and Billy and Teddy, and we look really cute right now, and we're taking this group picture, and it's a bit rude that you're asking when I'm in the middle of something. Vaya was like, "Oh gosh, what am I going to do?" Then she decided that she was going to jump in the pool and then all of a sudden start maybe coughing a little bit, even though she was in the shallow side. She wasn't in the deep side, and she definitely wasn't going to pretend for real that something was wrong. But she was going to cough just a little bit, as if she was choking a little bit on something in the water. She wasn't going to pretend that she was drowning, because that would not be cool. We don't ever pretend that we're drowning, because somebody might think you're joking when you're really drowning sometime. So we don't do that, ever. But Vaya decided that if she pretended that she was coughing and choking a little bit on the water in the shallow side, like some of it had got in her mouth and she needed somebody to just pat her back, that would be okay. And she wouldn't scare her sisters too much with that. But hopefully she would get them into the pool so that she could bang their heads together. When she thought about banging their heads together, she was a bit worried. Vaya is definitely not aggressive like that. How am I going to bang their heads together without it looking like I'm hitting them? She thought to herself. How am I going to bang their heads together as if it's an accident? She decided she was just going to go for it and figure it out. She got into the pool at the shallow end. The water was up to her tummy. It was quite shallow. And she was coughing a little bit as if she got water in her mouth, but it was going down the wrong hole. No one noticed at first. She figured she would have to just keep coughing. And then Cherry noticed. OMG, Vaya, are you okay? Vaya kept coughing. Then Heidi noticed. Geez Louise, Vaya, what's going on? Are you all right? I have to put my phone down. Heidi put her phone down. She ran over to the pool and dived in. Cherry put her book down, ran over to the pool and dived in. Thank goodness for all the stars in the sky. Thank goodness for all the beautiful trees in the forests. Thank goodness for all the good things in the world, Vaya said to herself. Because right then, as both cats jumped into the pool, they banged heads just like they did before. They went under the water. Some bubbles came up. Vaya got a little bit worried. And then they both floated up to the surface and shook their heads as if to say, "Ow, that hurt." Vaya looked at them both and said, "Are you all right?" You guys banged heads really hard. Are you okay? Heidi said, Oh, I'm fine. I'm fine. Are you okay? You were coughing. I thought you were choking. I thought I was going to have to do CPR on you. Vaya started to get very excited. Cherry would not know how to do CPR. Vaya knew that Heidi knew CPR very well because it's something that she studied and read in a book and taken a course on. Because Vaya knew that Heidi took things like that very, very seriously. It sounded like Heidi. Heidi sounded like Heidi. Cherry coughed, spat out water, the pool water, and then said, OMG, Vaya! I almost died and no one cared! Oh, did anybody get that on camera? Cherry was back. Vaya held a little paws up to her heart, closed her eyes, looked up to the sky as if she was praying. Thank you, thank you, thank you, she said out loud. Cherry said, Vaya, what you doing? You look so weird. Are you all right? Vaya started laughing. Oh, thank you. Thank you, trees. Thank you, land. Thank you, mashed potatoes. Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you, all the angels. Thank you. Everything she could think of, she was thanking them. Cherry jumped out of the pool, shook herself off and said, Vaya, you're so strange, but I do love you. Thank gosh you're my sister, because if you weren't, then I'd be like, yeah, that Vaya, she's so weird. Anyway, yeah. So, and then Cherry just carried on talking to all her friends, taking snapshots, posing, doing different photos, as if nothing had ever happened. Heidi sat back down on one of the sunbeds, picked up her book, and carried on reading. Vaya just stood there in the pool, a little bit in shock, a little bit like, oh gosh, that could have been terrible. That could have been so bad, she thought to herself. But it wasn't. It was all good, and it was all fixed, and everything was back to normal. The end.